Good morning, everybody. It's Brett. It's March the 11th on a Monday. Hope you're keeping calm and eating some meat, drinking some water. It's been a great weekend. I had to work. Got through the work week in just fine. Got a busy work week ahead starting Thursday. I like hours. I like making money. No complaints. Just think, 3 years ago, I was unemployable. 5 years ago, I was unemployable. 2 years ago, last year, through first half of the year, I was unemployable. I start living carnivorously, bang, I go back to work. Productivity, thriving is a good thing. Listen, this whole Periscope this morning is dedicated to the medical community. Hey, if you're a doctor, a research doctor, I don't care if you're a practicing physician, if you're a nutritional scientist, if you've got a PhD in whatever, study me. Goodness gracious, you've got a 58-year-old man who's lost 116 pounds over 4 years, who lost 40 plus years worth of mental illness symptoms by eating meat and drinking water. Why aren't you banging on my door, filling my email with requests to take my blood so you can see what's going on? Medical community, you need to wake up and pay attention. We're getting better out here, not by following the majority of your standard of care, but by taking control of our own health. Now, I'm not knocking doctors. I've known some great people who were doctors. They did their best. They failed me. They failed me badly. They failed others badly. It's not called practicing medicine by accident. Now, doctors do mostly a great deal of good for people, but it's not good when you are aware that carnivores are getting well. People on ketogenic diets, low-carb diets, we're losing these illnesses we were told lasted for the lifetime, for the span of your existence. You're going to be, you've got diabetes. Well, here's what you've got to look forward to. And we now know it's all crap. Why won't you study us? To you doctors who are putting together, advocating these wellness clinics, why aren't you drawing our blood and doing studies? N=1 is awesome. If somebody wants, I will show up in any laboratory in my area that you want to pay for me to go get my blood tested, for you to study, so that you can understand why eating meat and drinking water heals us. Why aren't you all doing this? Why does a guitar player in Jacksonville, Florida have to ask this question? Think about it. Why should I even have to ask? Why aren't you doctors natively curious enough to pool your resources together and find out why this works, so we can share it with the world? That's the only thing stopping carnivory from becoming not just a fad. Fads come and go. Carnivory should be the norm, or at least an acceptable norm. But we're not. Our medical community is letting us down. And you don't have to. Your revenue stream will not be affected negatively if you take the time and energy and resources to learn why eating meat and drinking water causes people like me to lose lifelong mental illness, people like you to lose their multiple sclerosis, their arthritis, their type 2 diabetes, and the list goes, ulcerative colitis, GERD, the list goes on, eczema. People are curing themselves. But the medical community even doctors who support low-carb, high-fat lifestyles, why aren't you drawing our blood and investigating? Come on, guys. Show some initiative. I'm a guitar player, for God's sake. I'm not an academic. Why aren't you as curious as I am? You have the means and the understanding of how the system works, of how to find out. But you're not using it. I'd like to know why. Now, if you are a compliant patient, you show up for your doctor's appointments, you take your medicine as prescribed, you've been taking the same a couple of medicines for 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 years, you don't really feel like you know you should feel. Your weight goes up and down. You don't feel right. You take more tests. The blood results, the lab reports aren't what you want them to be. They're not good. Your doctor's saying, well, maybe we'll have to try this or we'll have to try that. And you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Check out meatheals.com. Check it out. There's testimonials from hundreds of people just like me and you who changed their health from bad to excellent by eating meat and drinking water. Go check it out. Have yourself a wonderful day. You can find me on Instagram at thankful.carnivore. You can see me on Twitter at stickmanbleedin. That's STICKMANBLEEDIN. I'm going to be recording a podcast interview. I can't remember the lady's channel name now. It's got more than a couple words in it. And I'm just a guitar player. I don't remember all that. No, seriously. I'll share a link when I can. Have a great day. Eat some meat, drink some water, and be curious. All right?